Welcome back to the Night Gambit TV. Attention everyone, please. The Night Gambit TV, our mission. The Night Gambit TV is not created for money or profit. Our goal is to help chess players learn, grow, and achieve their full potential. We believe chess is more than a game. It teaches discipline, patience, critical thinking, and confidence. Through our videos, lessons, game analyses, traps, and motivational content, we aim to inspire students and chess lovers to improve their skills every day. Every move is an opportunity to learn, and every mistake is a step toward success. Thank you for being part of our chess community. Together, let's learn, improve, and enjoy the beautiful game of chess. The Night Gambit TV, learn, think, improve, succeed. Today we are looking at a spectacular miniature from the Vienna Gambit. This game was played in Mannheim in 1931 between Kadish and an unknown opponent. The game lasted only 10 moves, but it contains a brilliant king hunt and a beautiful mating trap. Let's break down every move step by step. Move 1. White plays pawn to e4. White immediately takes control of the center and opens lines for the bishop and queen. Black responds with pawn to e5. Black fights for the center and mirrors White's plan. Move 2. White develops the knight to c3. This is the Vienna game. The knight supports the e4 pawn and prepares aggressive possibilities. Black develops the knight to f6. Black attacks the e4 pawn and develops naturally. Move 3. White plays pawn to f4. This is the famous Vienna Gambit. White sacrifices a pawn if necessary to gain rapid development and attacking chances against the black king. Black responds with pawn to d6. A solid but somewhat passive move. Black reinforces the center. Move 4. White develops the knight to f3. The knight protects the e5 square and helps prepare kingside pressure. Black develops the knight to d7. Black chooses a defensive setup, but this blocks the bishop and queen. Move 5. White develops the bishop to c4. The bishop immediately targets the vulnerable f7 square, the weakest point in Black's position. Black develops the bishop to e7. A natural move, preparing castling and defending key squares. Move 6. White sacrifices the bishop on f7 with bishop takes f7 check. A stunning attacking move. White's bishop captures the pawn on f7 and checks the king. The bishop is intentionally sacrificed to drag the black king into the open. Black accepts with king takes f7. The king captures the bishop, but now Black's king has lost the right to castle and becomes exposed. Move 7. White jumps with knight to g5 check. The knight attacks the king and begins a dangerous king hunt. Black moves king to g6. The king tries to escape, but it is walking further into danger. Move 8. White advances pawn to f5 check. An excellent move. The pawn attacks the king and opens more attacking lines. Black captures with king takes g5. This looks tempting because Black wins another piece, but now the king is dragged even deeper into enemy territory. Move 9. White plays pawn to d3 check. A brilliant discovered attack. The pawn move opens the diagonal for the queen on d1 toward h5. Suddenly the black king is running out of safe squares. Black moves king to h4. The king steps forward again, but now it enters a deadly mating net. Move 10. White plays queen to f3. This is the final move of the game. The queen joins the attack and creates an unavoidable mate threat. The queen attacks h3 and controls critical escape squares. White threatens queen to h3 checkmate. Let's see why Black resigned. The king on h4 has almost no safe squares. White's queen dominates the king side. White's pieces are ready to join the attack. There is no effective defense against the coming mate. Realizing that checkmate cannot be stopped, Black resigned immediately. Final thoughts. This game is a perfect example of the power of the Vienna Gambit. White sacrificed a bishop, activated the knight and queen, dragged the king into the open, and created a mating net in only 10 moves. The key lesson is simple. Development and king safety are often more important than material. Black won pieces, but White won the game. If you enjoyed this classic Vienna Gambit trap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is the Night Gambit TV, helping you find the winning move. Let's go to the second trap. Hello chess lovers. Welcome back to the Night Gambit TV. Today we are looking at a beautiful Vienna Gambit trap played between Würzburger and Pfeiffer in Paris, 1933. This game lasted only 10 moves, but it contains a powerful tactical idea that every Vienna Gambit player should know. Let's analyze every move step by step. Move 1. White. Pawn e2 to e4. White immediately occupies the center and opens lines for the queen and bishop. Black. Pawn e7 to e5. Black responds by controlling the center as well. Move 2. White. Knight b1 to c3. The knight develops naturally and supports the central e4 pawn. Black. Knight g8 to f6. Black attacks the e4 pawn and develops a piece. Move 3. White. Pawn f2 to f4. This is the aggressive Vienna Gambit. White sacrifices a pawn to gain rapid development and attacking chances. Black. Pawn e5 captures pawn f4. Black accepts the gambit and wins a pawn. Move 4. White. Pawn e4 to e5. White immediately attacks the knight on f6 and gains space. Black. Queen d8 to e7. Instead of moving the knight immediately, Black protects the knight and prepares to continue development. Move 5. White. Queen d1 to e2. White develops the queen and increases pressure on the center. Black. Knight f6 to g8. The knight retreats all the way back to its starting square. Black has lost time and development. Move 6. White. Knight g1 to f3. White develops another piece and prepares to castle. Black. Knight b8 to c6. Black develops the queenside knight and attacks the center. Move 7. White. Pawn d2 to d4. White builds a powerful pawn center and opens lines for the dark-squared bishop. Black. Pawn d7 to d6. Black challenges White's center and tries to complete development. Move 8. White. Knight c3 to d5. An excellent move. The knight jumps into a strong outpost and attacks Black's queen on e7. Black. Queen e7 to d8. Black's queen is forced to retreat. White has gained another tempo. Move 9. White. Knight d5 captures c7 check. The knight forks Black's king and queen. This is the tactical point of the combination. The knight on c7 attacks both important pieces. Black. Queen d8 captures knight c7. Black decides to capture the dangerous knight with the queen. At first glance, Black seems to have solved the problem. But a hidden tactical blow is coming. Move 10. White. Pawn e5 captures d6 check. Boom. This is the winning move. The pawn from e5 captures the pawn on d6 and gives check to the Black king. Why is this move so powerful? Because Black's queen is sitting on c7 and White's bishop on f4 or future bishop development will create devastating threats. More importantly, Black's position is completely undeveloped. The king is stuck in the center, and White has overwhelming attacking compensation. Black realized that the position is hopeless and immediately resigned. The Knight Gambit TV, our mission. The Knight Gambit TV is not created for money or profit. Our goal is to help chess players learn, grow, and achieve their full potential. We believe chess is more than a game. It teaches discipline, patience, critical thinking, and confidence. Through our videos, lessons, game analyses, traps, and motivational content, we aim to inspire students and chess lovers to improve their skills every day. Every move is an opportunity to learn, and every mistake is a step toward success. Thank you for being part of our chess community. Together, let's learn, improve, and enjoy the beautiful game of chess. The Knight Gambit TV, learn, think, improve, succeed. Key lessons. Development is more important than material. In the Vienna Gambit, rapid piece activity creates powerful attacks. Always watch for knight forks on c7. A queen forced to move repeatedly can lose valuable time. Central passed pawns can become deadly attacking weapons. This miniature shows how dangerous the Vienna Gambit can be when Black falls behind in development. If you enjoyed this trap, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Knight Gambit TV for more exciting chess traps and tactical lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next chess adventure. Thank you, and God bless everyone.